There's something weird happening on TikTok right now. You scroll past a face, and you honestly can't tell if that is an actual human face or is that created by AI. And here's the part that nobody expects. Your brain doesn't keep the distinction if it's a human or not alive. It learns from repetition, not reality. So the more AI faces you see on a screen, the more real they start to feel. TikTok knows that this world is messy, which is why they're rolling out these new tools. There's a slider on the app that lets you increase or decrease to allow for more or less AI in your feeds. Invisible watermarking, support for C2PA metadata, and they're adding all of this to say it gives people more transparency, giving people more control over their feed. But independent analysis has already warned that TikTok and Instagram are flooded with unlabeled AI content. So even if you have control, your brain is still being flooded by this content. It doesn't pause and check every face for some sort of watermark. It just takes whatever you show it. And that split second, it's not enough time to actually figure out the difference, especially when you're scrolling so quickly. AI content can still be good though. It helps creators, it fills gaps, it allows for quick iteration and quick making of things. And it can also be quite fun. So usefulness is not the issue. The issue is what constant exposure does to us. Because psychology has a very simple rule. What you see a lot of is what you become. Oh, you mean the exposure effect? The idea that familiarity feels safe. So the things that show up often feel normal. Yes, and it gets stronger. There is also the illusory truth effect. If you repeat something enough, it starts to feel true, even if you know it's false. Now imagine that applied to people. Not words, not sentences, but people. AI faces, AI bodies, AI lifestyles, all repeating until they feel like some sort of baseline. But TikTok is just showing what performs well. The algorithm is doing what it always did. And if people are spending more time on AI, does it mean that they like it? And that's exactly why it matters. Cultivation theory says your sense of reality comes from long-term exposure. So if your feed is a steady loop of AI people who never age, never tire, and never fail, that becomes the story that your brain learns from. And not because you chose it, just because it was repeated to you. But this is just entertainment. People know that it's not real. We're all watching it on a screen. It's not like we're looking at AI in the real world. At first, yes, the brain, it is efficient. It doesn't microanalyze every single video. It doesn't run a truth check every time. And it doesn't scan for labels. But it learns from patterns. And if the pattern is synthetic human, flawless skin, perfect routines, and endless motivation, that becomes the reference point that your mind uses without even noticing. So the danger isn't just one AI creator. It's the constant stream of them. Exactly. It's not persuasion. It's accumulation. Little impressions that stack up. Tiny moments that add up. And suddenly what you think is normal is actually just this algorithmic repetition, not reality. TikTok is trying to label things, trying to give people options, increasing this notion of transparency. And that is good, but the narrative is already in motion because the brain doesn't learn from these labels, especially in this video sense. Obviously, it does learn from labels, but not in this way when it's being fed on the feed. It learns from what it sees the most. And right now, that includes AI people mixed with real people, and often without you noticing or being able to tell the difference. But now Vine is coming back. If you remember the OG Vine, Jack Dorsey is bringing it back. And he's claiming that this new version will be AI free. Just humans, just raw clips, just people in their actual lives. No filters and no synthetic faces. And that contrast, it's fascinating. A world built on messy, unpredictable humans, and a world shaped by AI people who never break pattern. Two different realities. And our brains will adjust to whichever one we see the most of. The question is, which is the one we want to live in? Not judging if you choose the AI one. Thanks for coming along today, guys. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having fun with this new format. But I will see you tomorrow.